Hello, and welcome to What If Deku Was the Meta Part 2. Now, one guy, or girl, I don't really know, um, has been asking for Part 2 for, not really a long time, but at the same time, 3 comments is kind of a lot. I'm not saying that's bad or anything. I openly, uh, love people commenting on my videos because it tells me what you guys want and what you guys don't want. You can tell me what you want to change and stuff about it. Currently, no, I do not have a Discord. I might, I because I am a new YouTuber, I might need to find out how to do that. Anyway, as you remember last video, it was kind of stuttery and all that, but that's like most of my videos. So right now, I'm gonna kind of quick go over uh, the ending of last part, or kind of like the last part of the story for it. Izuku, most of his memories, like a ton of his memories, are suppressed only because his father wants him to become a better soldier. And better soldiers have to listen to every single order they get, no matter how horrible it may be. And that means that if they have their own, like a mind of their own, then they'll think about it and say, no, I don't want to do it. But if their memories are suppressed and if all their emotions are suppressed, like how the meta is, you know, then it's not really going to affect them, like how Izuku is. And so we'll pick up with Izuku and his fire team on a mission. I got school tomorrow. Cool thing, actually, while I'm trying to look for that picture again. My school, because of how the snowstorm's going to be like tomorrow, we don't have any physical school. You might be asking, wait, you go to physical school? Yes. You see, how I learn is my brain wanders off really easily. So at home, I would, look at my phone during class and all that stuff like most kids, but that was severely affecting my grade and everything. So going to school has increased it, and it has shown. And so that's why I might only be uploading videos near the end of the day and stuff, because that's when I actually have time. Anyway, let's get to it. Well, I'm trying to look for the pictures again. So Zuku's with his fire team, and you won't really need to know their name because they don't really have that much importance until we really get into more of the story. So while they're on the mission, they are going to this heavily armored enemy military base. It's kind of like they're kind of just terrorists. So they would drop down, they would go in, they would kill all the terrorists, and then they would get out. You know, yeah. Sorry, it's kind of cold in my room, so I might shake from time to time. Anyway, back on topic. So Izuku, after the doors open, he gets a message through his comms, everybody does, saying, when you're ready to go, drop down with the equipment you need and take out anybody in the base and get the info we need. Now, Izuku was early with his preparations. Like, he was prepared before they even got onto the ship. And so the door opens and Izuku immediately starts walking out, and one of the people in his fire team, we're going to call him Jax. So Jax is like, hey, wait up, man! Didn't you get all your didn't you forget any of your gear or something? And Izuku just looks back at him and just like shoves his hand off of him and just starts walking to the end. And another one that's been there for longer, because Jax is a newer one, we're going to call him we're going to call him how about we just go with Cody? Or, yeah, let's just go with Cody. Why not? Cody, he says, you're not gonna get a single word out of him, not even a sound. You might hear a grunt from time to time, but other than that, nothing. He's as quiet as a mouse. He came here at least a few years ago and has been one of the most successful people in the entire UNSC. It's unclear where he actually came from though, so it's kind of scary knowing that somebody this powerful or this destructive in nature was out in the world. Cody was actually one of the first people on Izuku's fire team. Um, Izuku's not really going to have a good relationship until farther in the series. Actually, let's say for right now, this is Izuku's armor instead, because it kind of looks a lot more cool. It looks a little bit more cooler. It also gives him more of a evil look because he shows no mercy at all. No mercy, no regret, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, so Izuku jumps down with all of his weapons and stuff, and some other people follow him too. Right now, we're just going to name some of them. Uh, one of their names is Angel because she is incredibly quick and incredibly nice. Another one is called Spawn because he practically just shows up wherever he needs to be. Another one is called let's say another one is called yeah, let's say that one of them is named Felix, and if you watch Red vs. Blue, you know what I mean. So Felix has always been like a big fan of Izuku for how powerful he is and stuff. The only problem is he never gives anybody a single bit of his time, so having a conversation with him is one of the hardest things to actually do. And so Izuku jumps down with some other people, I already told you. And then we'll just kind of skip this entire battle because you can kind of think of what's going to happen. Izuku and the rest of his team finish their mission practically effortlessly and stuff, so yeah. I mean, they are like the best team in the entire UNSC, so them finishing a minute and them finishing something in about a minute isn't really, uncommon. They finished a mission in even less time. Anyway, so they get back to their ship, and you could just see Felix jumping with glee, seeing his mentor, you could say, or idol, having done a mission. Well, having done a mission with him, something that he never really did for some reason. I might cut this a little short because it is getting late and stuff. I know it's only 9 minutes, but whatever. I'll try and make this quick. They get back to the base. Felix tries to talk to Izuku. Izuku just kind of walks away, and Felix is like, I can't believe that guy is so cool and so powerful. Everybody's like, this kid just doesn't notice how emotionless the meta is. Like, they legit all call him the meta. And so Izuku goes back to his father's office, or people just think that he just goes to the regular office where his father, um, where one of the highest officers is, or the highest, one of the highest commanders, that being his father. They always think that he goes there to do a mission briefing because he is usually just given tasks by his father to do stuff, so it would make sense for him to go there. They from time to time try and snoop in on what they're hearing, but they don't hear a peep off him. They usually just hear stuff from his dad saying, or from the leader saying, "Good job, Meta. You did very well on this mission, as you usually do. As a reward, you'll be given, like usual, extra time to do what you want, just relax. You've been on missions non-stop." Well, this is like what he's saying right now. "You've been on missions non-stop for the past few months, and I'm not really sure why, but it's probably because it seems like you think that I'm trying to push you to become the best that you are. You already are the best that you are, Meta. You might be able to become better with your powers, but other than that, your physical and mental abilities are practically beyond any normal human. So, if you want to, you could take the time I've given you to go work on your quirk in the training facility. And if you don't want to do that, just take some time to be yourself. I'm not forcing you to do any other missions for the next few weeks, because I want you to at least have some time to yourself. You've been on constant missions, doing all this stuff, and I know I've asked you to do it, but after the mission, you immediately go and do stuff. You never give yourself any time to actually cool down. So I'm suspending you from missions so that you can relax." Now you can hear a grunt from the meta. Usually it means, okay. Sometimes it means, are you serious? Like, it's people have just, like, found different ways of what it could be. Anyway, Izuku then just bows and walks out of the office and starts heading to his quarters, or actually to a transport vehicle, because his quarters are off base, because his father knew that people would probably want to try and figure out who this kid is. The guards that he has at his base are you could say other iterations of Izuku. They are motionless, they don't think for themselves. The only difference is that they are they have like a sonar ability. I'm trying to think. They're practically Izuku, but just weaker. All they really do is just stand around and guard Izuku's house. Another thing is, Izuku's house as well as the facility are on top of a mountain in an icy region, because nobody really travels there, so it's going to be hard for an attack to be there. And so Izuku's house is located on another part of the mountain, but it's, easily accessible. But Izuku does have to, take a pelican, or at least another type of vehicle that could fly, because if you were to take a car or anything, you would most likely die because of how steep it is. But usually once Izuku gets there, he's got his own training facility and everything. He watches the news from time to time. He usually just works out, watches the news, and eats. But this time he actually just eats and watches the news, and he does have an area to, relax. A pretty nice one, because of how high ranking in the military Izuku is, as well as his father. So Izuku is practically Izuku is practically par and par with his father. Almost. He is right below him, so they're practically a father and son duo, really. So kind of makes sense. and some people have tried to, but they greatly fail and they would have to be rescued. Something that his father did not really take in lightly at all, because he knows how people likes their privacy, and so he always says, "Why are you trying to barge in on the meta's privacy? I've given him that privacy time, and you're going to try and ruin it? That doesn't just affect him, that affects me." That shows the higher ups that the teams I've picked are, well, other than just immature, are also, ungrateful, and also do not, like, personal. Like, he just says something that anybody else would say. Like, if somebody were to barge in your, so, an example, your boss gives another person that you, find attractive some free time, and it's that where he goes is kind of near you, so you go and try and snoop on him. The only problem is, somebody sees you snooping on them and reports it to your boss, and your boss gets angry at you for snooping in on somebody's privacy, as well as time off that the boss has given them that they could have just used for whatever they wanted to, but instead they had to use for trying to get away from you. So that's practically what he said, but a little different. You get what I mean, though. Anyway, so they say they're sorry and that they'll never do it again, but right while they're doing that, another team actually hijacks a Pelican, says that they're going out on a mission. It was given by another commander, but they were the only ones that were close enough to it, so they took the mission. And Izuku's father falls for it, because even though he's incredibly smart as well as Izuku, he still believes that, this would happen, because this team is consisting of a few high-ranking people. Well, some are from Izuku's team, like Felix and Cody, Angel, like most of Izuku's team, and at least like a few other teams, because they also wanted to see. Now Izuku, sorry to them, wears a mask from time to time, because Izuku's, I don't know if I said this in the last part, but Izuku was actually damaged in the face. Nothing like Anakin in Star Wars or anything like that. His voice box though was greatly damaged, like I've said. A scar is down his left eye, and a little scar on his on the right of his lip, as well as missing that little dangly thing on your ear on the right side as well. So he's kind of just battered up in the face, and there are some scars across his body from battles and other things. So he's pretty, he's got a good amount of scars. I might just make this as long as the last one, so this might be 19 or 20 minutes or something like that. I know that's a little bit longer, but you get what I mean. So each part from now on will kind of be its own little thing. So next part I might give you a reason why Izuku might be going to UA or another school, or if he is going to UA, why they're accepting somebody as old as Izuku and stuff like that. So another thing, I wasn't able to make the Sonic video tomorrow or anything. I might do it this weekend, as well as do the Jedi Part 2 What If over the weekend. So I'm going to give you the list that will come of things that might come out over the weekend. 1. What if Izuku was Sonic, or had Sonic's powers? Either or. 2. What if Izuku was Sans Black, or just regular Sans if Sans Black has the same powers, because I do want Izuku to be kind of a nice person. And 3. What if Izuku was a Jedi, or had Jedi powers? So that's going to be part 3 of it. Or part 2, I don't know. And then there might be a 4th one that might come out on Sunday, and that might be what if Izuku had Ben 10's powers. That's going to be part 2 as well. And so yeah, I'm giving you guys an extended amount of time. It's been over a week for that video. Just go into my profile and everything. It's like a random named video. Something like new ideas for videos. Like, that's legit what it's called. Put down in the comments what the color of the lightsaber you want it to be, and tell me what other what ifs you want. Don't, like, I'm alright with you putting it on this one. Many people have, but you know, I would also like people to tell me things that they want to happen in certain what ifs, because then that gives me a little bit more. It allows me to. It's more easy for me, because if I have a certain thing that I have to do, and like something like, let's say, an assignment, you have to do this, and then everything else you could do whatever you want. It's easy then. Like in those questions in math, like when you were a little kid, create all these equations by yourself. Do whatever you want, but you have to do this one to just show me that you're able to do it. Same thing with this. You could tell me one specific thing you want to happen in a what if. I'll do it, but then the rest of it will incorporate a little bit of that so that the story is still kind of flowy, but at the same time it will kind of branch off into its own thing because it's still my what if. I'm not saying that your ideas are bad. I'm just saying that, you know, if you give me an idea, it's going to turn into another idea, and so forth and so on. It's like if you take a little snowball, you roll it down a snowy hill. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Never happened for me, but you get that idea. Y'all have a good night, and goodbye.